Hello and welcome to another Nova Circuit TCG video. Today we will be looking at a matchup between Palkia VSTAR and Darkrai VSTAR. Both decks are very popular in the current meta. Both hit for massive amounts of damage with the correct setup and matchups. Let's go ahead and look at the deck list before we get into the action. Looking at the Palkia VSTAR list. Palkia VSTAR is one of the strongest attackers in the game today. With its subspace swell attack doing 60 plus damage for each bench Pokemon in play, it puts pressure on your opponent to manage their bench space to ensure Palkia isn't able to one-hit KO your Pokemon. The Star Portal ability also allows you to set up another Palkia and or bench attacker. You also have a 4-3-3 Inteleon line with 2 Shady Dealing Inteleons and 1 Quick Shooting Inteleon. The Inteleon lineup in this list is key to Palkia's setup. You also run a couple of tech cards like Starmie V, which can hit for massive amounts of damage based on the amount of energy your opponent has on the field. The Manaphy tech helps protect your bench from Pokemon that can deal damage directly to the bench. This deck runs a variety of supporters that can help you in different key situations. These supporters being a copy of Melanie, Roxanne, Raihan, Leon, a Boss Orders, and 3 Irida. With the standard set of item cards and stadiums, that being Temple of Sinnoh and Path to the Peak, this list is built for consistency throughout the whole match to prevent stalling mid-game to late game. Taking a look at the Darkrai VSTAR list, this list is very generic but it works. The deck basically allows you to use up to 6 Dark Patches with Darkrai VSTAR's ability Star Abyss. This allowing you to take 2 item cards from your discard and add them to your hand. With the Dark Pulse attack and several cards to help set up energy across the board, Darkrai can hit heavy and fast. This deck also runs cards like Moltres V with the Dire Flame Wings ability, which allows you to take energy from your discard pile and attach it to Moltres. This deck also uses Radiant Greninja to help discard energy to set those Dark Patches and the Dire Flame Wings ability. You also have Zigzagoon tech to help better set up for the correct math on one-hit KOs or just trying to get the perfect knockout on Pokemon. This deck runs several setup cards allowing you to easily discard energy and maximize a consistent setup. This being a 4-4 Quick Ball and Ultra Ball lineup. You also have Trekking Shoes and Professor's Research to help discard cards as well. As said before, this list is very basic but one of the more consistent lists we have seen at locals. Now that we have seen the list, let's get into the matchup. Getting into the game, looks like Palkia is going to start with the Palkia V and Darkrai is going to of course start with a Darkrai V. Not bad startups for both decks. It's honestly based on how well their turn 1 setups are. So Darkrai is going first, as we said. Looks like he is going to play the Ultra Ball in his hand. Nope, going with the Trekking Shoes. Gonna discard the Dark Energy. And then play the Quick Ball, discarding another Dark Energy to search for a basic Pokemon. Now I would think Darkrai would want to go for either a Moltres V here or a Radiant Greninja. Both plays are fine. Like I said, it's more about the setup for Darkrai to have a powerful turn 2 attack. Alright, so they are going with the Galarian Moltres V. Looks like they're going to try to set up using that Dire Flame Wings ability. They do bench the Galarian Moltres V, attaching a Dark to the Darkrai. Using the Dire Flame Wings ability. Looks like he also played a Dark Patch to attach another energy to the Moltres. Dark Patch is such a powerful card and a huge tool for Darkrai to get set up. And looks like that's it for Darkrai. So let's see what Palkia does in response. I would say it's not the fastest start for Darkrai, but let's just see what Palkia can do here. So Palkia starting off with a Quick Ball, gonna drop a Drizzile. I would say for either, like I said, for the Darkrai, either Radiant Greninja, maybe a Sobble. Of course, going through his deck. Looks like he is going to go ahead and Quick Ball for the Radiant Greninja. Alright, he will bench the Radiant Greninja with that Concealed Cards ability. Going to go ahead and draw 2 more cards. Looks like he did draw a Sobble. Alright, so he benches a Sobble. Now he can't... he needs to attach energy this turn. Or, I mean, he can just wait for the V-Star ability. I would also feel like safe if he benched another Sobble. Alright, so he is going to Ultra Ball. Because Sobbles are key to the setup. Alright, well, he goes for another Palkia V. Maybe he's going to find a way to retreat and possibly attack with Sobble to fill the bench with Sobble. No, that's it. He just passes. Wow. I feel like Darkrai really needs to take advantage of the situation. Maybe find a way to get Galarian Moltres with the knockout here. Find a way to retreat the Darkrai. Promote the Moltres and get a knockout on one of these Palkia Vs. Or even hit the Sobble. You know, remove the setup. Remove the engine from this deck. Looks like he's deciding where he wants to put the Choice Belt. Looks like he's going to attach it to the Darkrai. I would have probably attached it to the Moltres, but, you know, to each their own. Alright, so it looks like they do play a Research to draw 7 cards. Have a pretty much a fresh new hand to work with. Darkrai really needs to capitalize on this setup. At least get one knockout somehow this turn. Somewhere. You don't want to play from behind against Palkia. Looks like he's going to just go ahead and attach the Dark Energy to the Darkrai. Does he have the V-Star set up? I think he'll have, he'll need a couple more energy for the knockout. Actually, he'll need a significant amount of energy. I don't know if his hand will allow it. Alright, so he's retreating into the Galarian Moltres. Dark patching onto the Darkrai. So what, does he have the knockout with the Galarian Moltres? Does he have the Choice Belt? Oh, and looks like that's all he could do. He could just Aura Burn for 190. Wow. So yeah, definitely unfortunately he didn't attach a Choice Belt to the Moltres. That's probably what I would have done. It would have helped at least get the knockout on this Palkia V and put yourself ahead. Alright, so let's see Palkia's response here. So they are going to Rare Candy into Shady Dealings and Teleon. Going to search their deck for up to 2 item cards, or 2 trainer cards actually. Meaning you can get a supporter, item, or stadium card. Looks like they're going for a Capacious Bucket and Irida. And they're going to go ahead and play the bucket, allowing them to search their deck for up to 2 water energies and putting them in their hand. They are going to go ahead and use Greninja's ability, Concealed Cards, to draw 2 for discarding an energy. They are going to go ahead and play the Irida. And go ahead and get a Palkia VSTAR. And the Choice Belt. So it looks like they're going to go ahead and try to get this knockout on this Moltres. The Moltres, of course, are already having 30 damage due to its Aura Burn attack. Gonna go ahead and bench another Sobble, evolve into the V-Star, attach the Choice Belt. Now they can easily attack with this active Palkia. That's what they're gonna do. Gonna go ahead and use V-Star, Star Portal, Palkia's Star Portal ability, allowing them to attach 3 water energies from their discard pile. And yep, there goes the knockout on the Moltres V. So now Darkrai is really far behind. No bench. Only 1 energy on the board. So Darkrai is going to need to really pop off on this turn. Alright, so they're going to bench the Galarian Moltres. The baby one, not the V. Going to go ahead and looks like they Dark Patched onto it. Going to go ahead and attach an air balloon. Thinning the hand, it looks like. Went ahead and researched again. Alright, so now they finally benched their Radiant Greninja. Gonna attach the Dark Energy for turn. Gonna go ahead and use another Dark Patch attached to the baby Moltres. Man, the baby Moltres can be so powerful, especially if Palkia gets ahead. I think that's what the mindset is. Especially with how far behind Darkrai is, it might be the choice, the main choice for an attacker. All right, looks like they're going to play the training court. Drop a Crobat V. Going to go ahead and use that Dark Asset ability, help draw your hand up to 6 cards. All right, so they do evolve into the Darkrai VSTAR. I would think they would use Star Abyss ability. Man, actually, they could pop the knockout here and still probably be good next turn and survive an attack from Palkia. Yeah, the math works out. Yes. So actually, this is a lot better turn for Darkrai. Alright, so it looks like, yeah, okay, so Darkrai's going to go ahead and use his Star Abyss V-Power ability, allowing him to return 2 item cards from the discard pile to the hand. Looks like he's going with 2 Dark Patches. I'm going to attach both of them to the bench Darkrai. Wow, what a great turn for Darkrai. What a quick turnaround. That's insane how quickly that turned around. And going ahead and using Dark Pulse for the knockout. So both players sitting at 4 prize cards. Now I'm curious to see Palkia's response, because Palkia's board state's not looking too great either. But with the the Drizzle or possibly another rare candy into a Shady Dealings Inteleon, you can't really count Palkia out here. But like I said, what a strong turn by Darkrai. Alright, so they are going to go ahead and concealed cards. Looks like they only got a Palkia and a Quick Ball off the concealed cards. And go ahead and bench the other Palkia. Looks like they're thinking about playing Quick Ball. Probably to get another Sobble down. Possibly. So they're going to go ahead and Quick Ball away the Shady Dealings Inteleon. Looks like they did search out a Sobble. The Sobble is probably going to go to the bench. They need an energy here. Maybe the one Melanie they play in their deck would be a good play. I did just see the Melanie at the bottom of the deck, so... Maybe Drizzle for the Melanie? I don't think Palkia has it here. I don't even know if Palkia is going to get an attack off this turn. So they do bench the Sobble. And that's it. Wow. That is it for Palkia. Wow. So Darkrai has a huge advantage here. Get enough energy on the board to get this Palkia VSTAR knockout, and you're good. They do bench the Galarian Moltres V. They're going to use the Dire. They are definitely going to use the Dire Flame Wings ability. If Darkrai gets the knockout here, Darkrai's so far ahead. All right, so concealed cards for 2 cards. There's the Dire Flame Wings ability. Looks like they're also going to Dark Patch. Or was that no? Actually, that was an energy attachment. So Dire Flame Wings plus an energy attachment. Looks like they did Ultra Ball. So they're going to get another Darkrai VSTAR just for a setup, just in case this one gets knocked out next turn. But if Darkrai gets a knockout here, which I believe on the... Yeah, with 8 energy on the board, that's the math right there. Looks like they're going to go ahead and scoop up net the Radiant Greninja. Looks like they're going to go ahead and Quick Ball for the Zigzagoon. I wonder if they're going to ping something on the bench. Probably hit the Palkia, since it will be its final 2 prize cards. And just in case Darkrai gets knocked out, at least math will work out here. So they would definitely want to Zigzagoon, you know, headbutt tantrum the bench Palkia. So let's see what they do. No, you know, actually, no, they actually do have to ping the active for 280. I was thinking that Palkia's HP is 270, but yes. So they did Zigzagoon headbutt the active, and that gives perfect math for the knockout. So now Darkrai's at 2 prize cards left, and Darkrai is in a great spot. Oh, looks like Palkia does bench the Starmie V, but I just don't think that matters. I mean, Darkrai's set up. Yeah, even if they promote the Starmie V and promote, you know, get a knockout here, they got Moltres on the bench. Now, this list does play Path to the Peak, but there's also a Darkrai on the bench as well, so... Alright, so they did Melanie, of course, to attach a water energy to the V, the Starmie V. They're going to go ahead and Capacious Bucket for 2 energies. Alright, looks like they went ahead and Scoop Up Net. The Radiant Greninja played another Concealed Cards ability. And get the Evolution Incense. I would think it would be a Drizzile or... Yeah, it would have to be a Drizzile here for setup, right? Alright, so they do go for the Drizzile. They do attach the Drizzile. They do evolve the Sobble on the bench. And looks like they Shady Dealings for the Roxanne. Looks like they're going to go for the cross switcher play. They do. They promote the Crobat V, so I think, all right, Palkia is going to go ahead and just try to stall out the game. All right, they went ahead and scoop up the Inteleon, rebenched the Sobble, and looks like they played Roxanne, which is going to go ahead and make Darkrai go down to 2 cards. And the Palkia, the Palkia is going to go ahead and draw up to 6 cards. Almost like a modern day N. Late game N, that is. So all Darkrai would have to do is retreat out of this and hopefully have a boss's order to promote something and get a knockout on. It would have to be the Starmie. It would definitely have to be the Starmie, especially if this Palkia doesn't knock out anything with energy. But of course, with 2 cards in Darkrai's hand, one would of course have to be something to get this Crobat out of the active. Alright, they do play Pal Pad, returning 2 supporter cards from their discard to their hand. And that's pass. Wow. So yeah, all Darkrai would need to do is retreat and possibly boss orders out of this, if they of course have it. Alright, they do have the energy to retreat. You're going to go ahead and promote the Darkrai. Dire Flame Wings onto a Moltres. Yeah, I believe Palkia, there's nothing Palkia can do now. Alright, so they're going to promote the Palkia VSTAR. Yeah, what can Palkia do to even get out of this situation? Even with the knockout on this Darkrai, they're a boss away. Looks like they level balled for a Manaphy. I think they wanted to drizzle out. I don't think they have any left. So they went ahead and trading court for a water energy, using Greninja's concealed cards to draw 2 more cards. And yeah, that's it. That's Palkia conceding. Just Darkrai got ahead real quick. That turn 2 for Darkrai was crazy. But yeah, that's what a great matchup. Once again, guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you guys please like it. Just make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and we'll come back to you with more Pokemon content.